Hi guys, I'm making this video because I know you guys love my awkward situations and my awkward date things and all this kind of awkward stuff that happens to me. So I have like another weird scenario thing that happened or is happening at the moment, and I don't really know how to get out of it, and I just thought actually maybe let me just ask these guys because they might be able to tell me what to do. So, weird situation. I went to a wedding reception with my parents and my sister 3 weeks ago. It was like a Indian wedding. So the Indian wedding bit was in the morning and I didn't go to that. My mum and my sister went to that bit. And then as a family of four, like all four of us went to the reception in the evening because I was working, my dad was working, so we were like, okay, we'll just like come in the evening. It was really funny because it was my dad's really old friend's daughter that was getting married, and me and my sister used to be close to her when we were like a lot younger. And when I say a lot younger, I mean like when we were like 10 or 12 or something. We used to see her and her cousins and stuff growing up because we always were around their houses and stuff. And so we kind of like didn't really grow up with them, but we kind of saw them quite intensely up until the age of like 12. And then when you get to the age of like 12, 13, you're like, no mum, I don't want to come here, I don't want to go there, I just want to stay at home. And then you end up staying at home anyway. So we haven't seen half of them for the last 15 years. What happened was, we went to this wedding reception and I went in the evening and I was like to my sister, I feel really awkward because I haven't seen these people for like 15 years and you saw them this morning. And she goes, yeah, but I didn't really speak to them because it was a wedding. You know, she goes, it's more fun when you're there because you like talk loads and you get conversation out of people. And I was like, oh, but it's all right because you've already seen them. A couple of them had got married in the middle, but we didn't really go to their weddings because again, it had been so long between like seeing them. We were like, we're not really going to go because it's awkward and we don't really know them that well. And it was like, I feel really bad now because it's like my dad's friend's children and we just didn't go. And so this particular girl that got married, like we were quite close to, so went to her like reception and walked in and stuff, and I saw the table where all the cousins were sitting, like all the cousins that we grew up playing with when we were younger. And my sister's like, oh, you haven't seen them, so you should probably go and say hi. So my dad went up and was talking to all the men, and then I went over to the kids table, not really kids table, but the people of my age table. So went over to their table, just like said hi and was like, oh my god, haven't seen you guys for ages, like it's so nice, blah blah blah. And one of the girls, she has a younger brother who is a couple of years older than me, and she said in front of everyone as a crowd, she goes, oh, why don't you invite Trisha and Sonam to like your birthday next week? And we were like, oh yeah, that sounds really fun, like we haven't seen you guys for ages and you know, it'd be really nice to catch up. So we thought, oh, that'd be really nice, so let's go. So we were like having a little dance on the dance floor, and then like we sat down and ate and stuff, and the guy came back over. Let's call him something because I don't want to use his real name, so let's call him Amit. Okay, so Amit comes over and is like, oh, are you definitely going to come to my birthday thing? Like, let me know about numbers and stuff. And I made a joke and I was like, oh yeah, if the diary's free, I'll definitely come, like, and stuff. And he was like, oh, blah, 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 like, I'm sure you haven't got any plans, you better make sure you come. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, like, we'll definitely go. And then my sister's like, oh yeah, I'm free that weekend, like, let's just go, it would be really nice to see everyone. And then we were like getting ready to leave, and he again came running over and was like, oh, make sure you come, like, let me know, I'll Facebook you all the details and stuff. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We got in the car to go home, and my sister's like, why are we going to his birthday thing? And I was like, because he invited us. And my sister's like, but he was like staring at you the entire night. And I was like, no he wasn't, no he wasn't, he probably just hadn't seen us for ages. And my sister's like, he was staring at you with his mouth wide open while you were on the dance floor, and that's why he came up to us 3 times to make sure you were still going to come to his birthday thing. And I was like, why did you not tell me this at the time? And she goes, because you would have gone, oh, this is so awkward, I want to go home, and you would have had a little tantrum and wanted to go home. And I was like, well, yeah, that's something I would do. And so my sister was like, do you really want to go? And I was like, well, he didn't say anything. He didn't like flirt. He didn't really, I said, let's just go. So now we've said that we're going to go. Like, now it's just rude if we don't go. So he sent me a message on Facebook, like literally that night, to say, oh, this is all the details. This is where we're going. This is what time we're going. Oh, me and my sister have a flat in London, so if you want to stay there, like, you're more than welcome to. And I was like, actually, I'm working the next day, so I'm probably gonna have to leave a bit early. And then my sister's like, see, he couldn't even wait an hour by the time you got home, he's already sent you a message. And I was like, look, that doesn't mean anything. And then he said to me, like, have you got WhatsApp on your phone? Like, I'll just WhatsApp you instead because it's a lot easier. I'm just getting up my phone because like all the messages and stuff are on my phone. And then we were like randomly talking about stuff, and in the second message he asked me if I was seeing anyone, and I was like, I didn't really want to tell him about my boyfriend because it's so new and like my parents are just a bit funny about it. So I just kind of said, oh, I've just come out of a relationship with somebody, really not looking for anything at the moment, because I thought if I tell him about my new boyfriend, he's going to ask 100 questions, and I don't really like, cut a long story short, my parents don't really approve of my new boyfriend, so I didn't want him to tell his mum that I was seeing somebody and then for his mum to come back to my mum and go, oh, Trisha's seeing someone. So I just kind of said, oh, I just come out of something, I'm not really looking for anything. So what happened then was he texted me about his birthday thing again, and then he asked me again, and then he starts saying really weird things like, oh, you might like somebody at my birthday. And then he turned around and he went, yeah, all of my friends that are coming, they're married. And I was like, oh God, so you mean you? And then he texted me saying about the birthday thing again. And I was like, okay, it's like 3 days before his birthday. He's been texting me every single day, like randomly. I've just been being polite about it, telling him I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking for anyone. I'm quite happy being single, like it's fine. And then my sister's like, you don't want to go to his birthday thing anymore, do you? And I was like, not really, like we need to get out of it. And so she sent him a text message saying, oh, I'm really sorry, but I've got to go to a wedding on Sunday morning, and the wedding is in Luton. I found out the wedding starts at 10 o'clock, so Trisha's actually going to take me up on Saturday night to go to this wedding, or none of us can make your birthday. And then he texts back to her and said, oh, that's fine, like make sure you come to the next event that I organise. And then she was like, oh yeah, cool. Then he messaged me like 5 minutes later saying, oh, after you drop your sister, can you still try and come? I'm not going to drive from one side of the place to the other side of the place and then come to your birthday for an hour and then go home because I've got work the next day. Like, I'm just not going to do all that. It's too much. And definitely not, I don't want to really go without my sister because it's just weird. And so he has been texting me like ever since. And then he kind of accepted the whole birthday thing. And my sister texts his cousin to say, oh, it looks like we're not going to be seeing you this weekend for his birthday. We'll see you another time. And then she turned around and said to my sister, what birthday? So he hadn't actually invited any of his cousins. It was just me and my sister that seemed to be going to this birthday party. And I was like, okay, this is really awkward now. So he then texts me going, oh, it's a shame you can't come. Are you free next weekend? And I just went, oh no, I'm working again. And then he texts me back going, how about the bank holiday week, which is like this weekend just gone. And I just ignored the message again. And then he like rang me, like, and I was just like, oh, why are you ringing? Like, now it's just awkward. Like, just stop ringing me. Like, if I've already rejected things, stop ringing me. And then he texts me after a couple of days of me not answering, going, hey, how you doing? Hope weekend of work wasn't too bad. So I was just thinking, can I ask you a private question? And I put, how was your birthday? Yeah, go for it. And he said, so my question is, would you be up for doing something just me and you? And I was like, oh God, he wants to go on a date. Like, why else would you ask a girl out, just me and you? And then I put, oh, that's really flattering. I don't want to give you the wrong impression because at the moment I'm not looking for anything. And he put, I get that, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't necessarily suggesting a date. After all, I don't really know you. I just thought it would be fun. I even had a suggestion of what we could do. And I put, oh, now I'm intrigued, what's your suggestion? And he put, a week away in the Caribbean, ha ha ha. Only joking, I don't want to ruin it, but it's safe to say you would never expect it. I doubt you've ever done it. And after going, you would suggest it to everybody. It sounded interesting. And then I kind of didn't really text anything back. And then he put, okay, I'll tell you what, carry on thinking about it and I'll give you a ring tomorrow. And I was like, I've already said it's very flattering. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. Like, why are you still giving me time to think about it? Like, I don't want to go. Like, I was talking to my mum about it and she's like, you got to give him credit because he's trying. And I was like, yeah, but I've already like rejected like 3 invites of his. This is now the 4th one and he's still asking me stuff. And then he rang me that night. So I rang one of my guy mates. I was like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? And he goes, the only way a guy is going to back off is if he thinks there's another guy on the scene. So I was like, okay. And then what do I text him? And he goes, I'm going to send you a message, you just send it to him and I promise it'll work. So I then text him a message from my friend and it said, hi, hope everything is okay. Sorry I missed your call. I was out with a friend. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's a good idea for us to spend time together. I'm kind of getting to know someone who I met a few years ago. Things are progressing quite well and I don't want to jeopardize things with him. And he texts back saying, yeah, hi, I'm good. That's totally cool. And if you're getting to know someone, then I agree it's not a good idea. That said, you should definitely come to the next big night out. And I put, sure, I didn't want to say anything because it's really early days and even my parents don't know. And then he rang again and I was like, why does he keep ringing? Like, why does he keep ringing? And then he sent me a text message like 4 hours later saying, I keep missing your call. I think you should ring me. I tend to be up till really late. Plus what I have to say is not for a text message. What does that mean? And then I put, are you always this like cryptic? And he put, haha, it depends who you ask. Probably. I am very nice, but it's only ever something positive that I want to say. Are you free later so I can call you? And that was basically like yesterday. And I just didn't reply. Like, I know that's really rude, but I was just like, I really don't know what to say. Like, I think I'm maybe not being brutal enough, like maybe I'm not being blunt enough, but I don't want to be horrible because he's still my dad's friend's son at the end of the day, and I just don't know what to do. Like, oh, I hate these situations. It's awkward. And then if I see him at any family stuff, he's going to know that I rejected like spending time with him, and he's probably really nice, but I'm so not interested in him in that way. Like, I remember him being horrible to me, and so like, oh, just don't know. It's an awkward situation. So if anyone has any suggestions of what I can say that was not horrible, because I wouldn't say anything horrible. My mum's like, you have to give him credit, because if he likes you, what else is he supposed to do? Obviously he's going to keep trying to get you on dates and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I know, but when you reject something like 3 times and somebody's not answering your phone calls, like, just give up. And I know that sounds really horrible, and I know that's like teenage stuff, but I don't really know what else to do. So if you guys have any suggestions, that would be great. And I'll see you in the next video.